Quick little break to talk some hockey, and that's the Preds. Ryan Johansson with a goal with 42 seconds left in Brooklyn tonight. Predators tie up the Islanders to force overtime. Nice point there. That if they can win in overtime or in a shootout would be their first comeback victory when trailing after 2 periods so far this year. So a big job just to get a point. Can they get another one tonight? That'd be huge for a team without Philip Forsberg because of that ridiculous 3-game suspension for the hit on Jimmy Vesey over the weekend. Talking about Nick Foles, though, Eagles quarterback, trying time in the National Football League, busted onto the scene with the Eagles 5 years or so ago, struggled there, ultimately traded after having a banner year. One of the best quarterbacks in the league in 2013. He was a Pro Bowler, comes back, struggles as the team did, traded out of there, goes to L.A., ultimately gets benched, asks for his release, goes as a backup to Kansas City, left out in the cold there when they draft another quarterback last spring. So he goes back to Philadelphia as a backup. Looks like that's all it's going to be. Then Carson Wentz, who himself was on the way to an MVP caliber season during the regular season, goes down in Week 14 with a torn ACL. So all of a sudden, Nick Foles has to come in for the Eagles and save the day. And it looked ugly in the regular season, but they stuck with them. Doug Pederson trots him out there, and he comes up with the goods in the playoffs. Absolutely magnificent stuff. Yesterday, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns, even caught one. He's your Super Bowl MVP. Eagles are Super Bowl champs. Here's the MVP after the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is, that was a hard-fought game. I mean, New England's a tremendous team, one of the greatest quarterbacks and coaches of all time. And just for us, it was the team all year, just fight till the end, just keep leaning on each other. And that's just what this season's been about. That locker room is a special locker room, and you could see it throughout the course of this game. No matter what happened, we just kept sticking together, kept leaning on each other. We have an amazing coaching staff, amazing personnel staff. I mean, just to be in this moment, unbelievable. Yeah, that was something we've been working on, and Doug and I were talking. I was like, let's just run it. It was a good time. And the end was a little wider than I thought, so I was like, I really need to sell like I'm not doing anything. And it worked. Trey made an amazing throw, right on the money. I just looked it in. And, we've repped it for a while, so I was excited to get it run and in the Super Bowl. Good, how are you? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we talked a lot this last week about, a couple years ago, there's a time where I was thinking about hanging up the cleats, and, I think as people, we deal with struggles, and that was, a moment in my life where, I thought about it, and, I prayed about it, and, I'm grateful that I made the decision to come back here and play. I wouldn't be out here without God, without Jesus in my life. I can tell you that first and foremost. I don't have the strength to come out here and play this game like that. And that's a everyday walk. We have struggles as people, and that's just been my rock and my family. I didn't get to see Tom. I was looking for Tom. It got pretty crazy really fast. He's one of the greatest of all time. Guy does it right. He's been unbelievable. He was unbelievable tonight. Can't say enough about him.
You seem like you were so relaxed tonight from the start. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, I felt good. You never really know what it's going to be like when you're going to a Super Bowl. I've never been here before, so there are normal nerves. You got butterflies. It's a big game. It doesn't get any bigger than this. But I felt good. I felt calm. I think the big thing that helped me was knowing that I didn't have to be Superman. I have amazing teammates, amazing coaches around me, and all I had to do was just go play as hard as I could and play for one another, play for those guys, and not look at the scoreboard, not look at the time. Just go out there and play. Don't worry about it. And came away with a victory.
Nick Foles, MVP of the Super Bowl after the Eagles beat the Patriots 41-33 last night in Super Bowl 52. Head back to the phones quickly here and say hello to Lowell. Lowell, good evening.
Good evening. Yes, I'm just curious a little bit about this rearrangement of the coaching staff here in Tennessee, and it's got everybody pretty excited. Some big names, obviously, and I'm just wondering. I mean, can we honestly go into this next season with a sense of, hey, we're going to the Super Bowl? I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up or anything, but I mean, tell me, you know more than I do about these guys and about the alignment of these guys and what everybody's thinking. We're next. It's our time. It's the Preds went last year. We got Major League Soccer coming here now. We got all these big name coaches. I mean, we've been there before. I think this could be the year. I mean, what do you think realistically? Am I getting my hopes up here? Are we all getting our hopes up here just to be let down? Or how realistic is it?
Lowell, thanks for the call. And I will tell you that it is the day after the Super Bowl. So keep your expectations in check a little bit because there's a lot to figure out here. You've got to go into a draft class. You've got to have free agency this offseason. So trying to decide who the best teams are right now, you don't even know what the teams are at this point. You got to get down to the 53 before you figure that out, obviously. You get a better idea of that when those two pieces happen later on this spring. So it's a little bit difficult to pinpoint where the Titans are. But here's where the Titans are. They are on the rise. They were in the playoffs for the first time last year. They have a young core headlined by Marcus Mariota at quarterback. Those are things to be excited about. New coaching staff gives you new energy. There's no question about it, and a buzz around this team. When we come back on the other side of the break, I'll break down a little bit of that. There's definitely reason to be excited and optimism, but also maybe cautious about what's ahead for the Titans as well. We'll give you those reasons when we come back. You're watching Sportsline on News Channel 5+.